All right, what's up, guys? So we are back with some good ass news. Now, if you've been following the channel, if you're just here for Strive, if you're a new viewer, welcome. You know, it's always nice to have new people. But if you didn't know, I am a big fan of BlazBlue. So BlazBlue is probably, I would say, my favorite series. I don't know. Guilty Gear's up there too, Persona, but BlazBlue is the game that is very special to me. It's the game that I really got really serious in the FGC. When I moved to Japan, it was my main game. It was the game I played in arcades nonstop, 10 years straight. It really kind of changed my life. And unfortunately, even though it's still very popular, it's fallen off because, you know, it's a little bit outdated and the netcode is not that good. So people want to play it, even if the game looks sick. It's hard to really build a community because, like I said, the netcode is not that good until today. So it has been confirmed. It has been confirmed by Arcsys Works that, you know what, let's just watch it and then we can see. So let me turn off this great song. Let's watch this little official. This is an official video from Arcsys Works. Let's see. Here it comes. Ready?
So as you guys know,
he's translating.
Had Guilty Gear Strive, which has rollback netcode now.
Yes.
And
rollback Guilty Gear Strive. Yes.
ACPR, and I know there's been a lot of requests for other Arcsys Works games.
Yeah, BlazBlue, BBCF.
And we're exploring these possibilities right now.
Exploring possibilities.
具体的にどのタイトルにいつ実装するかっていうの
What's he saying?
をここで発表することはできないんです
Mikey, translate that. Give me the translation, big dog.
希望が多いタイトルを中心に
He's definitely talking about BlazBlue.
昔のタイト
He
ル
was
を
talking about
含めて
BlazBlue.
まあ選別であったり準備であったり
I think he confirmed it right here.
お楽しみにお待ちくださ
All
い
right, Mike, tell us.
And I can't go into any specifics at the moment, but right now we're looking at the requests, taking feedback from the community right now, and determining
community
which
feedback
games we should prioritize in terms of bringing a rollback solution to it.
Okay, so they are listening to the community. All right, so hold on. That's their public stance, is that they're listening to the community, right? So they didn't actually confirm BlazBlue publicly. But if you got a sharp eye, like me, if you're a fighting game player like me, you know to read, you know, you got to read your opponent's mind, you got to read in between the lines and stuff. Look at this one, ready? Oh, isn't that very interesting? Front and center in this video here with Akira Katano talking about, you know, fighting games. What game are we going to put rollback in? How come the one front and center? How come the one right behind him, BlazBlue CF? Now, if that's not confirmation, you know, I don't know what is, right? I don't know what it is. We'll see. But yeah, they announced, Arcsys announced they are considering adding more rollback. I think they already, even their Twitter now is always saying rollback. I feel like it's something that they realized that they really got lucky with. They got lucky too. Shout out to them for listening and you know, putting rollback in the Strive, but they also got lucky. You know, they definitely got lucky because they were ignoring, like every other Japanese dev, they kind of underestimated how important it was. And then the kind of feedback, the overwhelming feedback from around the world immediately shot their game up into the forefront. They're like, oh, wait a second. This rollback thing is pretty big, huh? Those guys weren't lying. They really did want it, huh? So now they're talking about bringing the old game. So, you know, if you're just a Guilty Gear fan, you might not know. Arcsys put out a lot of games. They got a ton of games, like this one. This is a game you might have seen before. One of the classic Kusanagi. They made HNK. Do you know that? They made HNK. Rollback in HNK? Maybe. They made another one. This is a less popular HNK, but it's just as broken. Sengoku Basara. It's nothing but infinites. This game is pure Kusanagi, but again, they made Battle Fantasia. You want to put this game got released on what, Xbox, some shit? Battle Fantasia. Let's go with the rollback. Sure, why not? They didn't develop it, but Arcsys is the publisher for Arcana. You know, Arcana Heart 3. They didn't create it. This is what Ecole, I believe, made it, but they published the game. The same thing with Eunice. You know, Eunice is French bred, but the publisher's Arcsys. So who knows, man? Maybe they'll add it to one of these games. Maybe they'll put it in BBCF too. Is what I want to say. But honestly, to be real, to be very real, I don't think they'll do it. You know, interesting enough though, I was very happy to see the feedback on social media. There's a ton of people, more than BB Tag, at least I'll say, what I saw at least. But everyone's like, BBCF, we want BBCF rollback, BBCF rollback. So it's good to see the game, you know, still being very popular. But the thing is, just to be serious, it's like, what kind of, what's the word? Motivation would they have, you know? Because it's a company. At the end of the day, Arcsys is a company. So if you put in Rollback and BBCF, like, you're going to sell, a couple hundred copies. I don't think it can justify the means, all the time spent and the money spent. So, but even if it's not going to be BBCF, even if it's not going to be my favorite game, it's still really good news. So, for example, I feel like this is probably the most likely candidate. There's 2, right? Boom. So, of course, here we go. Dragon Ball FighterZ. There's been a lot of drama recently with the American pro players. Hook and God and Super Noon. These guys publicly kind of like trashing their own game. But this game is still doing very, very well. It sold, 6 million plus copies. It's still hugely popular. And, of course, the biggest complaint is the netcode. So this is an Arcsys game. This is definitely a likely candidate. And, I'd be happy with that, too. If Blaze doesn't get it, of course, I'll be sad. But, I'll be very happy if the Dragon Ball community can get it. That'd be sick. And then something that would make me very happy, that could help me out a lot, is, so I don't have a in-game footage, but Granblue. So Granblue is another Arcsys game that, again, like Dragon Ball, it's not nearly as popular as Dragon Ball, but they're still developing it. They do have backing, of course, from Cygames, a very rich company. The netcode is playable in Japan, but outside of Japan, it's not, especially because this game is very, kind of like Dragon Ball, it's very reaction heavy. You have to be able to anti those jump-ins. The same way you have to be able to, 2H the super dashes in Dragon Ball. So, if Granblue get Rollback from Arcsys, that would be great. That would be great too. Unfortunately, like I said, even if Arcsys doesn't give Rollback to BlazBlue, there are dudes working on it. So I mentioned this a couple months ago. I forgot what video it was, but there's a group of people that are working on Rollback patch for BlazBlue. So it's been going on. I don't know any updates. I don't have any recent updates. I just know people are working on it, and that's how Plus R started. So Plus R started with just a group, right? It just started with a group on Discord or whatever that were coming up with a rollback solution for Guilty Gear. Arcsys was like, hey, that's sick. Let's help out. Let's, give you the code, whatever we can do to help make it out. So who knows, man? Maybe even if Arcsys doesn't officially, pay for this stuff on their own, if they help out the community that's putting it in, I'll be very happy. And I will, of course, I'll stream the game like crazy. But yeah, there you go. It's an update. Unfortunately, we don't have any concrete details, but just the fact that they are acknowledging Rollback is a really good sign. And again, like many people predicted, this is one of the really great parts of Strive. So all you guys that are on Twitter all the time crying, bullying, being jerks to these poor old Japanese men, you always say, I'm going to speak with my wallet. I'm going to speak with my wallet. I'm not going to buy any game that doesn't have Rollback in it. It's Guilty Gear Strive, they're seeing how successful Strive is being, and now they're like, hey, we should put this in some other games. So if you want to see Rollback in other games, and of course you have money, if you don't have the money to spend, don't worry about it. But if you want to support games, you want to help get Rollback spread across the FGC, consider buying Strive, man. If Strive comes out and just breaks all sorts of records for the company, and they're like, dude, we cracked the code. All it takes to have a successful fighting game right now is to have just really good net play. So we should start focusing on this, and then maybe we can put it in some other games there. But yeah, hashtag ad. But like always, thank you if you're still watching. Let me know if you could have your pick of any Arcsys game, either developed or published by Arcsys. What would it be? My vote is BBCF. I missed that game. I love that game. Super fun game. Fortunately for me, I still get to play it offline with people. I can still go to the arcade. I can still play Bobby. But all you guys overseas that never really had a chance to enjoy this game, I would be so happy. This game is wonderful. But like always, you're still watching. Thank you very much. Leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.